Hey friends, Angela here,
Liz is here.
and we're on location. Where are we?
We're in Long Island.
Yep, we're at Liz's. We are at Noble Cigars personal headquarters here. And what do we always do? We're gonna bring it in. Boom, we bring it in, and I am so pleased to have you on the podcast today. Thank you so much for letting me come down here and do this interview. It's going to be great. We're going to talk about her cigars. Now, if you haven't heard of Noble Cigars, let me tell you, we're going to break that down. As you know, Puros and Music, please subscribe. Thank you for joining us. And if you're new to the channel, I'd like to let you know there's a public playlist on Spotify under the podcast name, Puros and Music, and go there, and we're going to talk about music later on, and any artists that we discuss, I'm going to put it up there, and then we're going to do the toast, which I'm going to have Liz learn the toast. It's okay if we don't get it right, who cares? Yes. And again, thanks for joining. Listen, if you hear the dog barking, that's cool. Little Bella, she's adorable. All right, so you're already lit, and of course, yes, like I said, these are Liz's babies. These are her cigars. Her and your husband, and there's another business partner.
Yes, John Gibrea. He's also myself, Elizabeth Santos, Eddie Santos, and John Gibrea.
Yeah, Remarkable Liz, which I'll put her link here. I'm sure you already know her. If you're in the cigar world, you already know Remarkable Liz because she's a heavy hitter in the industry. And I think more your husband, he's not really forward with, like, he's not the face of Noble as much as you are, right? Is that safe to say? Or
yeah,
he's out there.
My husband's not like a type of person like to be in social media or anything like that. You know, he's more in the background. Yeah. He's more, he likes to do his own things, but it's like, okay, you get all the attention, go for it, leave me alone.
Yeah, so she's got it going on. We're going to talk about her cigars. So I'm going to light up the Intermission. You already lit. What are you smoking today?
I'm smoking the Act 1. The Act 1 is a Broleaf Claro by the Dominican, feeling Dominican. It's a doble ligero cigars. It's a very creamy cigar. I like my cigars with coffee, and that's the reason why I come out with the Broleaf. You know, when me, John, and Eddie were discussing what cigars we want to bring, definitely had to be one with coffee. So that's why we come out with
creamy, smooth.
Yep.
So you're saying when you were doing the tests for the blends, in your mind you're thinking, I'm going to match something, flavor notes that first pair with coffee well, right out of the gate. That's your number one goal?
When we went to when we would start working our blend, right, we knew what we wanted. We wanted to definitely had to have a San Andre in there. Yeah. And definitely they all had to have a little bit. I wanted it to be different in the part that is a first blend coming out. So we wanted to do doble ligero. All three cigars are doble ligero. Act 1 is a doble ligero. Act 2 is a doble intermission doble ligero, and Act 2 as well. So they are doble ligero, believe it or not. It's just because the taste and the aging of the leaf is so different.
Yeah,
that make a huge difference. Yes.
Makes it huge, yeah.
So it's a nice balanced cigar, but they all different. You know, they all have different wrapper, even though if the filling and the binder is the same.
Okay, so the filler and the binder, and so this, like I said, I have the Intermission today, and what wrapper is in this?
The Intermission is Ecuadorian Sumatra. Mm-hmm. That's the word. Feeling Dominican and binder Dominican as well.
And were you also hitting, like, did you want this to first pair with coffee, or just it's an end? It's
no,
more
that
versatile?
one, because when we start working on Act 1, mm-hmm, and then we did Act 2.
Yeah.
The Act 2 is a double ligero as well, but because the spiciness they have in there.
Yeah, that's one of my faves.
It's so different from... Well, you did a review about it.
But I have to say, I love the Intermission. Once this came out, just came out in 2024.
Yep, come on, somewhere, I think October or November. I think it was in October.
Yeah, so it hasn't, also please comment below if you've picked up any of the Nobles yet. And like we said, this has just hit the market a few months ago. But I'm just partial to Act 2 as much as I love all your cigars, because like that, it does have that underlining spice.
Yes.
And that's nice.
Yes.
For me. And then, everyone's palate is different, mm-hmm, honestly. But because I say this 100 times on this podcast, because it's like food. You make chicken 100 different ways. So it's also really, what are you in the mood for and what time of day it is. So would you say, I kind of cut you off there, but would you say when you were blending the intermission, did you also want to hit like coffee?
No, actually, when we start working on the intermission, like I was saying, it was that we did for Act 1 and Act 2. So then when we did Act 2, the feedback, it was amazing. Everybody loved the spicing in there. Everybody loved it. It's so complex cigar. So then we were, okay, now let's work on intermission. Then when we start working on intermission, we want something different from Act 1 and Act 2. Eddie and my husband, and John start working more with Act 2. It was their baby. I had to give credit for that. I had to say it. It was then more like input. Okay, we like the spicy and go for it because they allow me to work more with Act 1.
Yeah.
So and then when it comes to intermission, we won't want it. It's like, okay, we wanted it to have it, but we don't want it to have the spicy of Act 2 because we want it to be so different from it. So we say, okay, we started smoking. We started try different different liga. So then we were like, okay, and we all agree we like that one. That we like the Sumatra, we like how it tastes, we like how it's so different for Act 2 because we wanted to have 1, 2, and intermission different. We don't want it to be the same pattern, even though they are double ligero, like I mentioned, but because it's so aging, it work. So people don't understand sometimes how those little details, the aging leaf can make us switch different in complexity.
Yeah, and that's something to talk about, especially on in the cigar world, because it does mean a lot. The aging, it's also probably like back to chicken, roasting it on the grill, total different flavor. It's the way you cook. So the preparation, the aging, kind of to me in a cigar. And if people, like you said, for just to, if we're not preaching to you, but it does enrich the tobacco.
The flavor.
Yeah, for sure. It's really neat. And and you could have the same cigar and even like a box press, or if you're and even like 6 months makes a whole world.
Yes, it make a difference.
So yeah.
And I think in cigars in general is any little. Believe it or not, any little where you have it, where you maintain it, with the wrapper, if you don't, like, it make a huge difference. Remember, cigars are micro. I forgot the word right now. Well, you come back to me, but the cigar like easily
like breathing natural product.
Yeah, they will serve everything, any odor that is around it. So cigars are just different. I think that's a fun and love part of it. That it's different. It's something that you want to try, something you want to keep it. It's something delicate. It's very delicate.
Delicate is a good word. It is, because you gotta, that's what drives people crazy at home, right? The calibration of the humidor. That to me, even when I was a new smoker and collector, and you get you have the small humidor and you grow. Liz has a beautiful, it's as tall as me over here, the humidor. But it's a science. You have to do, 70.
It's maintenance. It's everything. It's maintenance. You have to keep it. Yeah. And you want to have they're your babies. Like they're your cigars. You want to keep it nice when you're ready to smoke and you want to enjoy them. You don't want to turn it off, light it off. Like, oh my God, it's so hard. It's it's a game, basically. You just have to enjoy yourself with it.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, that's the number one. Relaxation, enjoyment.
Yeah.
It doesn't, sometimes if I can't get the humidification right on my cigars at home, or with the weather, we were talking weather before, like if there's a certain spot in your house, it's a cold spot, this and that, then, hey, sometimes I have to just keep relighting the same stick.
Yes.
It doesn't matter. For me, I'm still relaxed. If I'm holding the cigar, as soon as I take that first puff, I feel like, stress just goes away.
Yep, that is true.
So,
as long as you enjoy it,
All right. So I hope you noticed, what we have on the table here. Taconic Distillery. I brought this down. I'm on Long Island. I'm from the Hudson Valley. This is up here by me. It's a local distillery. So this is for you and your husband.
Thank you.
My pleasure. Thank you for coming on the podcast. And that is the bourbon. What does it say? I think it's like a private reserve.
It's a private dessert. Yep.
Nice.
Lunch private
So
dessert.
we're not going to open this now, but this is for you to enjoy. So you text me once you open it. You let me know what you think.
No, thank you. Appreciate it. Thank you for the thoughts. Are really nice.
Oh, yeah,
thank
absolutely.
You. No.
And then
and definitely I was not planning to open it anyway. It's mine.
No, that's for you. That's special. Let me put it here. Yeah. We'll just shout out to Taconic.
Thank you.
And we're going to do a cheers.
Salud.
Salute. And cheers to you out there. All right, so we were saying how out of her 3 cigars, because I think it could be a secret, but you're working on a 4th right now?
Yes.
Are you telling anybody?
No, not yet. It's a secret. Once we have everything the way we want it and how we want it to work, then we could start talking about it.
Okay.
You know how it is when you want to work, want nobody to know.
Oh, yeah. So they got something in the works, but we were talking, we're off camera, saying that of the 3, Act 1, you would say, is your favorite.
It is.
And because your husband, Act 2, is his baby. But, so you were saying, but the intermission you like to enjoy sometimes more at night, or no?
Intermission I like to enjoy more at night.
Yeah.
Or Act 2, I would say. But intermission, because sometimes I like to smoke with rum. So I feel like it goes well with the rum. Mm-hmm. Now you have the Act 2, the whiskey bourbon. It's like, did I say that right?
She did. Yes, she did.
It go well with those, So it depends how I feel. So, but like most of the time, sit down with coffee. Mm-hmm. So that's why I always grab the Act 1 and just, have it. Because it's strong enough. It's strong enough just for me to be nice and relaxed.
Yeah.
But its smile is also very smooth, which I love, with coffee. Why not? So, and it's a bloody claro, so of course.
Yeah, 100%. So we're gonna dive a little deeper into who Liz is. Now, I know, like I said, her link is below. Follow her on Instagram. And are you on TikTok too?
I just gonna be honest with you. I don't know how to use that much. So, but I do put my videos in there. I do my best to keep up with it. It's the same,
Yeah, I try to post on TikTok, but I don't even know if I could get that going. We're both young at heart, but we won't say our ages. I let my son, I'm like, can you help me with this computer stuff?
Oh my God, you just say, my kid's like, here. I was like, okay, how do you do this? And he's like, oh, Mom. I'm like, yeah, really. That's you really hit you like, oh my God, getting old.
Yeah, no. The number's going up, but we're looking just as beautiful as ever.
Yes.
So I'm sure that people want to know. I want to know. Now, to me, people know my story. I'm not going to always repeat myself. So would you say, because you were telling me off camera, like you didn't really grow up with, like your dad didn't smoke cigars. No. But what made you have like that aha moment to start Noble? Like, if it wasn't kind of in the zeitgeist of your growing up, but you're from the Dominican, so that to me is where, if the tobacco fields and the farms are everywhere, right?
Yes.
It's part of your culture, but it wasn't in your family.
No, my family was not.
Yeah.
Actually, let me just say a little bit about myself so people can understand. I was born in New York, but raised in Dominican Republic. So when I was 2 years old, my parents decided to move to Dominican Republic in Santiago. So I'm from Santiago. And then when I was already 15, I think, or 14, my parents decided to come back and live in the United States. Mm. So they come back to New York. So, but neither of my parents, they don't smoke cigars. Because I could say my grandpa from my father's side, I used to have family members. You can have this tobacco. They chewing tobacco, but not actually smoking tobacco. So then the one who put me into cigars, it was actually my husband. He was the one into cigars. And to be honest, maybe some of you guys already know the story. I wasn't too crazy because the smell in my hair and how it is. So then my husband, of course, it's like, I cannot smoke inside because she's not going to allow me. So what am I going to do? She needs to start smoking cigar. So I used to drink. I like my ron, ron. I like to drink anything. Sorry. I like to drink. I was good with drinking. My problem was cigars. I'm just not. And I was not smoking anything either.
So your husband was smoking cigars around you? inside
Yes.
or no outside?
We were
At
most
first
of the time outside.
Yeah, but then how did he get you to say yes? Well, he was like, try.
No,
Come on already, baby.
he
try
and my
it.
other
Or were you
friend
like, "Get away from me
Andrew,
with that."
my other friend Andrew, they started Ashton Señorita. It's like a cigarrillo,
Yeah.
small, nice size. I would say to start. That I would suggest any lady who wants to start with that one.
Yeah.
It's a cigarrillo. It's a really nice size.
Yeah.
So it's perfect. It's tobacco also. It's not a flavored tobacco. So to me, it was great. So it's like, okay, let's see it. Give it a try. This is a little one. It's just nothing. You're like, oh, okay, no problem.
And were they were like, do not inhale though, right?
Oh no, they give you they give you the whole talk.
Yeah, you have to get that. You have to, as a new cigar smoker.
No.
I tell some of my friends if they say, Ange, I want to try this with you, this and that, and I'm like, let me tell you 16 times, do not inhale, or you're gonna try it once and be like, ah.
They told me right. Yeah, I was because I held them. I always listened to them talking all this stuff, and I see them smoking. I just never was too. The whole idea comes on smoking myself. So then I'm like, okay, here, Elizabeth, try it. Of course, they're going to go the in and out. Do not do this. Do not inhale, whatever. Like, oh, no problem. And then I started, and I'm like, okay, this is not that bad. And then since I was drinking and it was nice outside, it was perfect. It come well with the vibe. It just went nice. It was perfect. Then after that, like little by little, you know how it is. When you try it, you want to continue learning. You want to continue, okay. It's like that little spike when you, like, light up.
Yeah.
Like, okay, you smoke that, but what about that one that you smoke? Let me try that one now. Yeah. So little by little, you start building.
You weren't put off by it in the beginning. Like, you weren't turned off.
No, I wasn't like in that turn off.
The cigar, and then like a month will go by, and they'll be like, maybe I'll try it. Like, so that's good.
No, because
that actually makes sense that you have your own cigar company, because if you were like put off by it,
I enjoyed. Yeah, I was very intrigued. It was like,
must have been like, see,
yeah. My husband was like right away. He's like, okay, you see, but try this. And then I remember he brought me a Flor Dominicana, 1994, and it was one of the cigars that I was in love. Like I really liked it. Like I was like, oh my god, I really like this one.
Yeah.
And it's a little something like it, like you said, like it's something triggering, and you want it. The curiosity, how do you say that?
Curiosity.
The curiosity starts to come back and like, oh my god, I want to try that one. Okay, like let's try this. So it was a nice thing. And we all sit down in the backyard. We have friends, and they all were smoking. The only one wasn't smoking much was me.
Yeah.
Well, as much no, I wasn't smoking at all until they put me into it. And then it was like a nice click. We all smoke, we all have fun. Because Andrew, one of our friends, liked to cook. So he was cooking and we smoking. So it was nice,
Good time,
exactly.
Grilling? Was he grilling? Was he making steaks?
He's a good cooker, And,
I like it.
So
that pairs well. Talking about coffee and a cigar, a good grill out, a good cookout with the cigars out. Forget it. What a vibe. That's a good. See, I'm like that too. I like how you said that. You're actually one of the first ladies, I would say, that didn't smoke a flavored cigar. I like that you said that, because I don't want to say the word hate, but like it kind of bugs me. I don't know if this bugs you too, when you go into like a humidor and they're like right away, and I've had this actually happen to me even recently, and they'll be like, oh, come over here and you want to try this flavored cigar, and I'm like, first of all, I like a good Maduro, and I like, and I'm like, you don't even know how long I've been smoking. You just assume right off the bat I want something flavored.
That. Oh my God, you don't know how much I hate that. I hate it with passion. And I say to them, I was like, I'm sorry, but I think you should have asked me what I like to smoke. Because I'm pretty sure any other guy coming to a humidor, they're not going to be like, oh, here's the flavor cigar that you like. I mean, don't get me wrong. I know a lot of guys. I don't want it to be disrespectful or anything.
Like,
but I see a lot of guys who like, flavor cigar, and I like that. I'm good with that. Mm-hmm. But I don't think when they go to the cigar lounge to the humidor, they're gonna be like right away, here's all the flavor one.
They're not.
They ask then, okay, what do you like to smoke? But for women, I hate when they assume like, oh, here's the flavor one. I'm like, then I remember this is what happened to me once. It was so funny. And he's telling me, oh, here's the lighter one. I was like, now I want the stronger one. What's the stronger you have here? Because I got pissed. I got mad. Like I feel like it was disrespectful, because you don't ask them to the guy, but what you would ask me. Yeah. That I don't like that.
No. Yeah.
It's that turn off. Like, really?
Yeah.
It's not fair. Like, ask me. At least let me have the opportunity to say, no, I don't want it. Or no, I like this. Totally. Do not I think it's wrong. You shouldn't.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree.
I know. Don't go that way. I get like,
No.
I get very already a go like, okay.
No, I like it because when I first was setting up the cameras and stuff, and we did a sound check. I told Liz, I go, we're gonna project our voice and pretend someone's standing on the other side of the room. She goes, don't worry, I can. She goes, sometimes my husband's like, I can hear you. I said, don't worry, I'm the same. So our volume. Put it on 10 because we're at a 20. It's good.
Even my business partner John is the same way. He's like, we're right here. I'm like, I'm just talking. Like, this is the way I talk. What do you want me to say?
Totally. All right. So I always say the third component to enjoying a cigar is you got the 1, the cigar, 2, the spirit or the coffee, the drink you're pairing it with, 3, music. So, and actually, how do you say music in...
Musica.
Musica.
You said it right.
Yeah, I tell people I can't even... And, well, being on Long Island, there's like many accents all around you because when I went from Long Island to upstate, I say water, like, the A, the E. So, listen, I tell people, I can't even talk right, so...
Hey, don't even go there with me. Talk about right. I can't even speak Spanish, not even English, so don't go there with me.
Music. So, do you agree that now also do you have a record player still, or you do digital music?
No, we do digital already now.
Yeah.
We all this crazy stuff is we do digital.
You have speakers in here? This is
in
nice
this room.
Look how nice this wall is. This is nice. Did you
actually,
guys put this in? Or
yes.
You bought that? Yeah.
No, actually, this is my sister. My sister's deck.
Oh.
Those wood. So,
cool.
So my husband Eddie, my husband is like, "Are you gonna do something with those wood?" My sister was like, "No." I was like, "Can I have it?" Yes. So that's what he did.
I love it. That's cool. Yeah, it's really cozy in here. This is like her smoking room. But so, do you like to when you're chit chatting and relaxing? Do you?
We have to,
right?
sir. We Dominican, we Latino, we like. You need to put that thing blasting. Mm-hmm. That's why you sometimes speak loud because you have the music, you have the drinking. But when we're here, sit down, having cigar, we like to have some chill, like relax, nice music. Here, like balada type of song, like it's nice mellow. And bachata as well, I don't know if you know bachata, but
bachata, I do because as again, the people that watch this, they know I'm a DJ.
Oh, but, you're so you already know it right already.
Yeah,
there you go.
I always tell people, I mean, this might sound funny, but when I book a Latin wedding, I'm always like, yes, like, I am so excited because even though I'm a Sicilian American and we have all that, like, we can move too.
Yeah, you got the rhythm.
But because I don't know, like certain people that look like me, we can't, we're a little stiff sometimes. But and I'm the lightest in my family.
Oh, really?
I didn't get the olive skin, and they call me Alabasi. Alabasi, I don't know. My grandma used to say. But anyhow, I digress. But no, when I do, they tell me, do you know that music? Have you ever played that gig?
Because they confirm, like, are you sure you can do it?
Looking at me, they're like, do they want to hire me? I said, trust me. Yes.
I got it, yeah.
Cumbia,
yes.
Bachata, all that. I love that stuff.
Yes.
Because the dance floor is always packed. I mean, and I don't mean that in like a,
But I don't know what to me. It's like as soon as you put a bachata, merengue, whatever, you can feel the vibe right there.
So you have a favorite artist?
I have so many. Like, I like Cani Garcia. She's more, I was like, I don't know how to say this stuff in English. I was like balada type of like, a night type of song. Yeah. Like pop. I would say like a pop.
Yeah, pop, Connie. Yeah, I could put it on the
all right.
Spotify.
So I give you some of them that I like from her.
Totally, yeah.
Her last CD was amazing. I went to see her and I just love her.
Yeah.
It's nice and calm and, you can talk and you can sing and whatever, Also bachata, of course, you have Romeo Santos, one of the who doesn't know Romeo Santos? So I have a bunch of them. Like it's a lot.
We were saying Romeo Santos.
Yes.
Odio, right? That's how you say it.
Yeah, Odio.
That's a good one. Yeah, we'll put that one up on the playlist. And like I said, definitely comment below if you like bachata. Please definitely comment below because that gets you moving.
Yes,
and
it can be exactly. I mean, this is a nice, especially if in Dominican Republic, bachata is one of the main things. I don't want to say because you have merengue. That's actually the merengue. The merengue is the Dominican Republic, but right now you have so many general.
Yeah, because I feel like that the merengue is more like of an error though, right? Because I think even in our music, like if you say like sock hop or like 50s music or certain 70s disco, right? Let's say if you know what I mean, right? But that's like of the times, right? Isn't more merengue more like
what it
your
is?
parents' music or your grandparents' music? Because I feel like it's not as like people don't request that to me today.
As the way
so
because
I associate that with like disco and today, like am I
I know
saying it right?
no
It's
I
like
know
of
what
the
you
time.
mean because it's not the same as before. They still some merengue, but the merengue original merengue is the one you say like the 70s, but there's still some merengue these days. It just unfortunately does not that popular as back then.
Yes.
And we still now the merengue that we have is a little more fast, like more beep, more like beep, 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 like so it's different. But yeah, I know what you mean. It's sad because it's so us Dominican, the merengue is it's like
the heart.
It's the heart and soul of the Dominican of because then from merengue you have coming the bachata, then from the bachata you have. Then merengue also come in the perico ripiao. The perico ripiao is more like merengue but faster the way, and then you have the accordion, like a bunch of stuff together, and just you keep adding in those. So those are coming like from us. Those are our thing.
What would you say is like your pop or hip hop of coming from out of the Dominican now? Still bachata, but like today's version?
I would say because now you have it's different. Now. I would say now when people get together, it's a combination of different races, Colombia, Dominican, Puerto Rico, Cuba. It's like a mix. So even if you put Colombian music in there, you still have that vibe, you still want to dance, you still want to have fun with it. I think when you get together with people, which is the same thing with Cigars, is you just want to enjoy yourself and have fun. Regardless. It's like, I don't know if you been to any cigar festival.
No. Take me to one.
Let's see. Well, let's see. I was
No, but Carlos from Middletown. Shout out to Middletown Lounge.
Oh, shout Carlos.
Yeah, we love Carlos. You got to check out the video. I have an interview with him. Yeah, shout out to Carlos because the Noble Cigars are there, but he is so great, and he's always like, you have to go down to the Dominican and come to the Cigar Fest. I'm like, I can't wait. I want to go. But, listen, I got 2 kids, so I can't afford that flight right now.
It's crazy.
But I want to go so bad. I can't
wait. And I think it would say it's like
it's a big, big party.
It's a big party where everybody there to enjoy yourself, cigar, drink, and have fun. And you do that from the morning to the night.
Oh, yeah. That's what Carlos was like, let me tell you something.
No, it is so...
He's like, it's nonstop.
Fun. Yeah. You know what it is?
And it's a big family.
I think it's because... It's the same thing when you sit down in a cigar lounge, and I think that's what I love about this culture. I love it. When you sit down, you can sit down with anyone. Yeah. We all sit down. We all talk. We can talk about anything, but we all enjoy the cigar, regardless what cigar it is or what you're drinking. But because we have something in common, we have something that we love together. Yeah. It's like a separate type of connection. Yeah. To me, it's amazing. Then when you go to those festivals, you have a huge group of people who want to do the same thing, who want to have fun, who want to do. But now it's different because you're in a different environment. You're in Dominican Republic. Yeah. You have that beautiful weather. You have everything in there. You got the food.
And if you're 30 years old or you're 70,
it doesn't matter how old you are.
Like
we all there have fun. And then at nighttime, when they have the party, I'm telling you, it doesn't matter how old you are. You just want to have fun and smoke and drink and have fun.
Oh, yeah.
It's just that's it. Like those 3 days, I love that. Not because it's in Dominican Republic, but I'm pretty sure in other country like Nicaragua or Cuba, that they have the festival. They're also going to be the same vibe because we all there because what we love and what we enjoy.
Oh, yeah.
And I don't know. It's experience that you have to do at least once, regardless where to go,
I'm going to go in her suitcase. I can't wait to go.
I hope I can go. I try. I would love to go to Nicaragua. The Cuba, I haven't been there yet. I was about to be.
You've been to Nicaragua?
No, not yet. No. I wish. I want to go to Nicaragua, Honduras. It's so many. I mean, I love traveling, but I'm dying to go to those places, to those fields, like tobacco fields in those countries. Because even though I'm being Dominican Republic one, I'm pretty sure that one in all the countries is different. Everybody work different way, So I wonder how things are done in a different country. So.
When is the Dominican Fest? It was what month?
It was February.
Okay.
I think it was the 24th, the
Okay.
25th,
Oh,
around there.
so
I think don't worry about it. Next year's coming, and trust me, come quick. So
Yeah. Oh yeah. You start planning. So were you featured? Was Noble featured, or you
No,
just attended as for fun? More for fun.
it was more for fun that we used to go. But where the Noble Cigars factory are made.
Yeah.
They are made in PDR, so they are part of Pro Cigar. So if you go to the factory, you
That's
might as well you will
parent
see it.
company, PDR.
PDR is where they make the cigars.
Oh, okay. And how far is that from Santiago?
It's right there. It's the front because you got Santiago, and then you have where all the tobaccos are made.
So there's fields right by, like when you go back home, and you have cousins.
Oh, I still have family there.
The whole
Yeah.
family. So how far are you from where your tobacco is grown?
Where
When you visit your own farms?
well, because when we go into the farm, is
Yeah.
different from where the tobaccos are made.
Yeah.
So it's two different places.
Total. It's far from each other.
It's far from each other.
So, but when you go back home, you can go to where they're aging.
Yes, you can go to the
Yeah.
to the factory. Let's see if we're going.
Yeah.
Let's see if we say let's go to the yard.
Yeah.
And we're going. We have fun, and I could say, okay, let's go to one of the factory. You can go and visit the factory, and you can go and see the process and how they work. It's amazing. It's amazing. You have to do at least
it's
once.
Beautiful, yeah. And you go and you smell and taste. Because
Everything.
you know how now take us. Okay, so take us through this a little bit. So with let's say when you're doing wine or rum, what have you, it's in the barrel, and they do the sommelier test.
Oh, okay.
Right? So, but you're a certified tobacco sommelier, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So how is that like when you like what I'm trying to say when people taste the
tobacco
wine before it's done fully fermenting, right? I think more people. I'm just saying that because they can relate to that. But when it comes to cigars, what does that test period look like when they're still fermenting and aging? When do you smoke it and you say you're testing it? What stage are you testing it? In the aging stage?
No, let me say it to you. When you make it, let's say when you make it your own blend, right? And you had tobacco, and they put in the liga, like the whole tobacco together, right? When they put the tobacco together, you're gonna have the tobacco. Most of the tobacco is already gonna be aged by the time the tobacco gets to your hands. So let's see, you say, okay, I wanted to have this flavor, wanted to be very fruity in there a little. So then or anything like that, and you talk with your tobacconist, not to the tobacco, I'm sorry, to your master blender. Thank you. You talk to the master blender, the guy who want to work with you, and in this case was a florist. So you work with him, and then the tobacco that they present to you is already aged. It's already aged because you already talk to them to know what are you looking for, what do you want. So the tobacco is already aged. You can have the tobacco right there. I can have a little piece and chew it and taste it and whatever.
Yeah.
Go through the whole process. Okay, let's put this inside the tobacco. Let's put this one inside the cigar. Let's put that one. And they would tell you breaking down which leaf it is what. So that's why they put it. But you can smoke it from the moment.
Yeah.
And you can then, let's see, okay, I say, let's put a sample, Act 1. They tell me, okay, Liz, here's tobacco. In the moment that they rolling, you are smoking them.
And then is there ever a point in that process where you say it's not ready yet?
Exactly. Oh, no, it's a process. Because in the beginning, you're not going to have you just smoking it to say, okay, I like the flavor, but I feel like it's too bitter. I don't like that bitterness. To remove that leaf and put, let's put this other leaf. And he would suggest, why don't you remove this leaf and put this leaf? This will give you out the bitterness of that tobacco. And it's a long process. Yeah. It doesn't stay there. Like for then, and then once I have my blend, okay, so I like it. Let's stay.
Is it like a month long or 6 months?
Oh, it could be years.
Another year.
It depends how long.
A year before it hits.
Hit the marker?
Final product.
It depends,
When you're tasting and smoking,
yes.
It could be a year out.
It could be, let's see, because it depends on the person. I know other people who go there, blend their cigars, and keep it in the humidor over there in Dominican Republic for 2 years. And then they put it to sell. Yeah. So it depends, everybody's different. Yeah. Our cigars have already is aging the cigar. So we try to keep, but it's a process of maybe a year. Let's see, from when we started this one, because I smoke it. Okay, I liked it. Okay, and then we would try every week or two. In the tobacco would change. Every time you smoke it would say different, and you were like, okay, I like how this coming. I like how the taste. and you keep on going until you say, you know what, let's just leave it 60 days, and then they're ready to go.
Yep,
so it's a
cool.
pen, you know what I mean? Everything is a pen. It's how you feel. It's your baby, so you say, okay, it's good. It's good to go. It's not good to go. No, leave it in there. I don't want to sell it like that.
Yeah. So would you say how many times like you tell the master blender if they say to you, okay, we blended it how you told us, and I've been they're like, in our expertise we feel this is done, but then you smoke it and say, have you ever said not yet? And then they're the master blender. So,
Yeah.
but you're also
Because remember, even though they're master blender, they only can tell you how much, whatever. Like they can give you the opinion, but at the end of the day, is your cigar, is your brand, is there, so it's you're responsible for it. Like I always had to put myself as the consumer. All right, they're gonna like this, they're gonna smoke it. If it was me, not me as Liz the owner,
right?
But as the consumer,
right.
they're gonna like, what is in my purpose with these cigars? What is it that I wanted to get out of it? So the little things, details that you had to think about it. So it's like when I put myself as the consumer, and I'm like, you know what? Yes, I would pay for this cigar.
Yeah.
So it's ready to go. Let's let it go.
Yeah.
And when that happened, I'm not gonna lie, I was crying. I cried because
pride. Accomplishment.
It's not that. It was more like, okay, it wasn't that bad, because it's a process. Especially the first time, you don't know how it's gonna be. You know what I mean? You know what you wanted. You know the flavor that you wanted. You know you want something good. And you smoking and you keep smoking, and then like that time, okay, let me go back to Dominican Republic. Let me sit down. Let me see how they doing. And you smoking, they're like, oh my God, this is so good. They're good to go.
Yeah.
And oh my God, this is good. This is worth to say. This is noble. Let's get it going. And
good.
then I remember Eddie, my husband, and John, we all looking in Father Fame. We were so excited. Look, I even got the chills right now. We look at each other.
Like
we
you've accomplished what you
exactly like, oh my God. And not only that, it's like, oh, I can breathe. Okay, we did good. Oh my God, we did it. We make it. We make the first one. Now we have 3 more to go. Now we have, okay, now we can go. You know what I mean? But the first one is always that, like, they are doing the right thing, because you learn as you go. Anything you do in life, you learning. It's a process.
Even the master blender, anybody that's crafted, or even let's say a musician, you play guitar for 3 years, 10 years, you're still learning. Even then, like if the master blender, if they've been doing it 10, 20, 30 years, they'll tell you, they'll be humble and say, every day I'm still learning.
Yeah.
Because also the crop is with like the rain and the certain, like every season, every year.
Everything is
so
different.
they have to learn. Actually, it does take at least 4 years, right? Because if you have like a cyclical, like rain season, and then 2, you know what I mean? And
yes,
then
everything changes.
Right,
Everything
so
changes just constantly. And that's one of the big thing in cigar is consistency. Yeah. And it's hard because it's dependent of a tobacco. Yeah. Yes, it is a tobacco. Is it a natural product? Is it artesanía? Yeah. So it's just it's not an easy thing to do. That's why sometimes I have so much respect for a cigar. And people don't understand how much respect, and not only because what I do is because if you see all these ladies and all this guy and everybody work in the cigar factory, how much input, how much it's more than 100. I think it's more than $200. 200 hands touching it before it comes to the consumer. And people don't realize how much work it is. Sometimes when I see people, cutting the cigar like this, or stepping it, I feel like I'm gonna slap them. Because I feel disrespectful. Yeah. It's a lot of work. You see all these people. I think people only appreciate it when they go to the cigar factory and they see it by their own eyes, like how things is done, and you would get that respect. Not only that, to the people who actually make this stuff. Oh yeah. It's a beautiful process.
It's a labor. I like how you said you teared up. Because that's true. I mean, as the owner of Noble, I was going to say, if that's not moving you to, if you haven't tried Noble, to try it, because that means you have put your heart and soul.
Oh, it was everything.
into Act 1, Act 2. And then, like you said, what you're doing now behind the scenes, it could be, like, it's safe to say, it could take a year or 2 even for your next cigar to come out. Because you're not going to rush it.
No,
just to hit market. No. That's not what right. So that's important too. You're not going to. They're not going to say, "Oh, well, by next fall, this and that, we're going to have our 4th if it's not ready.
If it's not ready, it's not ready.
Right?
No,
Because
I
you're
don't.
thinking of the consumer.
For us, is
Which I
consistency.
love that. I love
Consistency for me right now is everything with a cigar. Is what you put up there. You know what I mean? Like I said, you put yourself in consistent and as a consumer. And what do you want to see in a cigar? You want a good construction, a nice flavored cigar that you wanted something to enjoy and relax. That you say, oh my God, nice complexity. Oh my God, I like the flavor, how this going. You know what I mean? Like, I want to give that. You know how, oh my God, you don't understand how beautiful I feel when people tell me, wow, Liz, I love this. Oh my God, you guys make a great job. That make me feel like, you know what? It was worth it. Every fucking time that every time that I was crying because it was so much.
The aroma coming off both these together is just, you can't smell in here, but it's so good. It smells so good in here.
Thank you.
So you say, yeah, you love
so
it.
It's just, I just
so
want people
pleasing.
to enjoy it. You know, it just,
we do.
It's a passion, and we all love what we're doing, what we have done, and I just want to. I would say what you put in is what you're gonna get, and you know what I mean. It's just it is, you know.
Well, we can't say to BUY on this channel. Well, listen, you know where to find her, and you know where to get these. So we try it, and that's, like I said, what we can say is if you've had it, comment below. If you haven't, comment and say you're gonna try it. All right, so like I said, thanks for joining, and we're gonna close out with our toast, and we're gonna give Liz a little grace here because we're gonna read this together. You ready?
Yes, go for it.
So here's to say it with me: cheating, fighting, stealing, and drinking. Okay, so here's to cheating, fighting, stealing, and drinking.
All right. If you cheat, may you cheat that.
If you steal, may you steal the heart of people you love.
If you fight, may you fight for your friends.
That's right. And if you drink, may you drink us together.
Salud.
Salud. And cheers to you.
Cheers.
And
we see you next time.